Recently, it was predicted that the rapture would take Christian true believers to heaven. Apparently, people sold or gave away their possessions as true believers would have no need. Sadly, the date came and went, and the world was as it was the day before. Hard dates that prove or disprove someone's convictions are hard to deny, although some reframe this missed prophecy as merely a test. It made me reflect on the very essence of a belief. I started to think AI will change everything and realized the more media I consumed confirming this thought, it was becoming a belief. It was in my feed and everywhere I looked. And all of a sudden, I'm down this rabbit hole. Propaganda is a practice as old as time, and real truth is becoming harder and harder to decipher. Let's see if there's some signal in the AI noise, and is AI adding to this noise and dividing us more than ever? Let's take a look. Us humans don't process information like calculators, and the facts of the world are not like numbers where the number 5 can be the number 7 just because of the political party or religion I follow. So much of what forms our beliefs is formed by what we see and hear. I found myself drifting into a state of stress that AI is coming to take everyone's job, and every spare minute I needed to learn and master AI. Being skillful in this new world consumed every spare minute. And then it struck me that I too was being influenced by the things I was seeing and hearing. Misinformation driving people's mistaken beliefs triggered by the media is not a new phenomenon. Throughout history, false or sensationalized media reports have misled the public, sometimes with dramatic consequences. From radio hoaxes to newspaper stunts and now social media slop, in the last 400 years, media-driven misinformation deeply affected people's beliefs and actions. Remember Y2K, weapons of mass destruction? War of the Worlds actually was born from a radio series that had people truly believing people from Mars were invading. This flaw in our human makeup is being weaponized, and the barrier to misinformation at scale has never been lower. Even conservative estimates imply hundreds of millions of fake or bot accounts across social platforms. In 2023, there was 4.76 billion social media users globally. So a single-digit fake rate already means a 9-figure problem. Meta itself pegs Facebook fakes at around 4 to 5% of monthly active users. 100 to 150 million at Facebook scale, and reportedly removing 5.8 billion fake accounts in 2022. TikTok disclosed 33.6 million fake accounts removed in just Q2 of 2022. On X, Twitter, the company historically claimed less than 5% spam, but academic audits have long estimated 9 to 15% bot-like profiles, and some think it's much, much higher. Some of this bot chatter is upwards of 20% and sometimes 40 to 50% towards elections. Taken together, this is a persistent industrial scale supply of inauthentic activity that platforms trim back each quarter, but never really eliminate. The big platforms are ad businesses first. Meta derived 98 to 99% of its 2024 revenue from advertising, and ads are largely priced on impressions and clicks. More accounts and more engagements means more billable views. Aggressive bot purges can shrink reported reach and reduce sellable inventory, while some fake accounts stoke divisive content that boosts time on site and thus ad exposure. An experiment on Twitter's engagement ranked feed showed it amplified angry, outgroup hostile posts compared with a chronological feed. Content that tends to keep people scrolling. Advertisers also see the downside. During the Super Bowl, one audit found around 75% of X ad traffic was fake. illustrating how easily synthetic activity can inflate metrics. Platforms do remove billions of fakes, ads priced on views, and algorithms tuned for engagement creates a constant tension against overzealous cleanups. There's also a geopolitical tailwind. Platform threat teams routinely remove state linked influence networks running fake personas and divisive memes across multiple apps. Recent bulletins detail thousands of YouTube channels tied to coordinated operations and Meta's takedowns of covert campaigns originating in China, Iran, and elsewhere, including the large Spamouflage network. These operations aim to impersonate locals, inflame wedge issues, and erode trust. Exactly the kind of content engagement algorithms are likeliest to surface. The result is a belief environment where fringe looks like mainstream. Certainty hardens, and we all feel more justified and more divided than the facts warrant. You remember, our feeds are not about chronological order. By default, most platforms rank posts algorithmically, not by friends and family first or time posted. Do the experiment. Look at someone else's feed on any platform and you'll see a completely different reality. If your feed is full of pessimism, it will shape your worldview. And confirmation bias does the rest. We all find experts, scientists, and credentialed voices citing the science that appears to confirm our priors. So it must be true, right? I went down a rabbit hole on a recent contentious, politically charged issue to find a definitive truth. And I can't say I'm any closer. Experts with degrees and credible credentials made very plausible conclusions about the same event. And they were completely poles apart. And they still don't agree. How are the rest of us without specialist knowledge meant to interpret the world? It makes me reflect on how little we've evolved since stoning witches, committing genocide, or sending elites to the gulag. We are hackable. Our beliefs sit at the core of who we are, and the tools to hack them now come bundled with abundance in our smartphones. The obvious upside of our new technologies, yeah, it's there. We won't eliminate this. Lies will ride with every new technology, every new medium. But knowing that truth is hard to find and regularly questioning your own beliefs is the best defense. Good luck. See you in the next one.